Yo, what it really do? DC gang, welcome back to the channel. So listen here, familia, yesterday or the day before yesterday, however long it's been since the last video, I showed you guys a crazy replay with this deck, and I promise you guys that I will make another follow-up video with more replays and breaking down the deck list for you guys. Also, I am gonna give you guys a few tips on certain things that you should or shouldn't do with this deck, because I've seen people playing the deck and they're playing it wrong. You're playing Punk wrong if you're doing the things that I'm about to break down for you. But either way, I just made it to Master 3. And I'm not going to lie, I could probably make it to Master 1 with this deck. Like, it's not top tier. Like, it's not tier 1, tier 2. I think this deck is legitimately tier 3 or bottom of tier 3, between tier 3 and Rogue. It just depends, because, you know, it can still get stopped by a lot of hand traps. You could draw into some weird hands here and there, but I can probably play this deck with almost any type of hand depending on what I have to work with. But I think this deck is tier 3 right now. But either way, like I said, I made it to Master 3 from Master 4 where we were at yesterday. I'm on a 5-game win streak. So I'm going to show you guys the deck list and break it down. Boom. It's 46 card. What? Yeah. I'm going to tell you why it's 46. It doesn't need to be 46 at all. But I'm one of those people that I play the game how I want to play the game. And I build my decks how I feel like it complements itself well, if that makes sense. So I'm going to break it down. We're going to start with one Lori. Now, we're playing the Fiendly package with this. Now, if you want to play this deck pure, you could definitely play this deck pure at 40. It's not even going to be a problem. But since I'm playing the Fiendsmith engine, I'm going to add the Lori in there. We're going to play one copy. We're going to play 2 copies of the Maxx C, 1 copy of the Ghost Ogre, which we can search in the deck, which is crazy. 3 copies of the Ash de la Blossom, 1 copy of Sharakasai, which is your fusion monster, 1 copy of the Wagon, which is going to search out your field spell, 1 Madame Spider, because I play both of the traps. What? Now, mind you, this can be really good, but it could also be trash, and I'm going to tell you why I'm playing both traps as we get to them. But yeah, 1 Madame Spider, 3 copies of the CMN because it's your best normal summon. We only play 1 Lacrima because we don't even need to normal summon her in the deck. We can get enough bodies to make the whole play without having to normal summon her. But if we don't have a normal summon, I can normal summon her. Also, because we play 3 copies of this, if you have a copy of Emergency Teleport and she's your normal summon, just normal summon her and then do your pump play from here. You're gonna be fine unless your opponent has an Ash, but they might have already activated and used Ash on the Fiendmith engine by then. So that's why we only play 1 copy of her. 2 Deer Notes. Let me repeat that. 2 dos. Numero dos, brother. I don't know how to say it in any other language, but 2 freaking Deer Notes. Do not play this at 1, for the love of God. You could play it at 3 if you want, but you're running the risk of bricking. So therefore, 2. Don't play it at 1. 2 Deer Notes, because she can special summon herself and you might need the other copy here and there. Also, she can unbrick you. She can help you play through hand traps, because if you could special summon a monster instead of normal summoning it, then you could get yourself some follow-up and do different things. So this is really good at 2. We're going to play 2 copies of Engraver. We're going to play 2 copies of Foxy Toon. Now, this is just a choice that I made. Now, something that I don't like about Foxy Toon is the fact that she has to discard in order to activate her effect. So you end up losing 2 cards out of your hand to activate Foxy Toon. For that reason, I'm not playing it at 3, even though she's very and really good for the deck. But I'd rather open up with this thing and any copy of my Punk monsters in the hand. For that reason, I decided to play 2 of her, and just to keep the deck list tight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I played 2 copies of the Ogre Dance. Now, Ogre Dance, you could choose to not play this. You could really choose to not play this, but because I'm playing 3 copies of Rising Scales, I chose to play the 2 copies of Ogre Dance. Most of the time, I never play this card, but with the new support and everything, it's actually really good. The only problem is that you're playing to draw when you activate Ogre Dance immediately. You activate this, if your opponent drawed you, then you have to figure it out from there. But I only play 2 copies because, again, if I have Scales, I want to be able to activate this, send it to the graveyard, search, and then I could just normal summon the monster. If this gets stopped, then I have my follow-up in the hand already, which is going to be great. So yeah, 2 copies of that, 3 copies of the Scales, 1 copy of Nibiru. Kind of want to play Nibiru at 2, but again, I'm not going over 46, and I like the other cards that I have. So 1 copy of Nibiru. I'm playing 2 triple toxic talents. which is the same reason towards why I'm playing 2 copies of Droplet and 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. On top of the hand traps that I play, I wanted to make this deck good for going first and second. I've actually won a good amount of games going second because of these cards right here. Mainly the Droplet has saved my life a few times. So I'm playing 2 Triple Tactic Talent for board breaking reasons. Again, going second, going first, it could help you out because if you got stopped, you get to draw 2 cards on top of all the other cards that you're drawing with this engine anyways. I think it's really good. We play 1 copy of the Fiendsmith track. Usually I love playing this at 2 to 3, but in this deck it's honestly fine at 1. I'm gonna play 1 copy of the Punk Jam Extreme Session, 3 copies of Emergency Teleport because it's a 1-card combo into Oblivion. You're playing the game. Again, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone because almost everything in this game right now, especially the main boss deck, which is the Blue Eyes, it relies a lot on back row, and a lot of people are playing Prime Mind Control. So sniping out a Drill Beam, sniping out a True Light, anything in the back row that's a nuisance to you is gonna help you out. And you pay life points, which in this deck can be good. It could also be bad depending on how many life points you already used. You might not even be able to activate this. So be careful with the way you use Cosmic Cyclone. Then we're gonna We're gonna play 2 Cobra the Graves, 1 Cross-Eyed Designator because of all the extra shenanigans that we're playing. 2 copies of Droplet, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, 1 Dangerous Gabu, the card. Now the reason why I'm playing both of these is because there are times where you have Madame Spider and you have the trap or you drew into it. So by playing both of these, you diminish the chances of that happening. Also, I just like having both cards because popping a card on the field in this current meta is actually really good. But remember that in order to pop a card that's face up, you need to have a Punk monster on the field. Now, luckily for us, most of the time we do end up with Fever on the field, so it makes this card way better than what it used to be. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you don't have a Punk monster, you can only pop a set card. So most of the time, this is not going to do much of anything. Unless it's going to pop a Drill Beam that your opponent set. At that point in time, then yeah, it's really good. But then they're going to recycle that Drill Beam if they have a Primite on the field. So make sure you pop it after the Primite is off of the field. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know these things. And then I play 1 copy of the Fiendsmith in Paradise because a lot of the time you don't need to send the 2nd copy of Engraver. So you send this and then you have an extra disruption by getting rid of a special summon monster on the field by banishing this thing. You're gonna send this to the graveyard and then you get to bounce a card from the field to the graveyard like a special summon monster. Which can be really good because a lot of the time I don't even leave this on the field. I don't use Desiree a lot of the time for like its body on the field to negate. I usually just use it with the trap or don't use it at all the way I've been playing lately. So having the trap makes sense. For the extra deck, I'm playing 1 Lacrima. I'm playing 1 Necro Princess. Now mind you, this is not necessary. This is a flex spot. I only put it in here because 2 of our cards give us an extra draw. So for example, if we have Necro Princess and then you activate Ogre Dance, you get to draw a card. Or if you activate Foxyton, you get to draw a card. So for that reason, that's why I was playing it, so I could get an extra draw because I'm greedy. All I want to do is draw is what I do, is what I like. So, but you could definitely get rid of this and play the Link 3 of the Fiends monster. You could play Goddess, Underworld, whatever else it is that you want. You could play Caesar in here as well, if you want to. So yeah, that's why we do that. 1 copy of Rising Carp, 1 copy of the Desiree, 1 copy of the Punk Jam Dragon Drive. Let me check your license. You're good, bro. We're gonna play 1 Amazing Dragon, 1 Psychic Ken Punisher, which is the MVP of the deck. It's always gonna be the MVP, mainly because of the fact that I'm not afraid of taking Maxx C challenges. I actually got 3 replays, I think it's 3, where I just took the Maxx C challenge and won the games. One of them I lost due to time because I was at work playing on my phone. I don't know how you guys play on your phone, bro. Playing on a phone versus playing on a computer or a tablet is a huge difference. But either way, we're going to play 1 Evil Lars. If you're wondering why I'm playing Evil Lars instead of playing Caesar, it's because of the fact that this deck doesn't have a spell or trap negate at all. And at some point in time, I was playing Bestios. You're going to see it in one of the replays. So I thought I would just play Evil Lars. But honestly speaking, this is better than Caesar for this specific deck. Because if your opponent has a Raigeki, your whole board is going to get smoked unless you have Desiree on the field. Then you can negate the Raigeki, I guess. But then if they have this, then you might get smoked. So for that reason, I like the Evil Arts a lot. Then we're going to play the Jam Fever, which is a monster negate pop. We're going to play the Salaman Great Amorage because it allows you to extend and do in our plays. Now, mind you, this, if you activate Emergency Teleport and you special summon this and it gets negated and you have a Rising Scale in the hand, you're bricked. Yeah, because this has to be a normal summon monster. So remember that, because I did do this once or twice where I activated Emergency Teleport, special summon CM and had this in the hand, and then I was like, oh, I just gotta go cry a little bit now. So be careful with that. We're gonna play one Requiem. We're gonna play the SP, the Littlest Night. We're gonna play Moon of the Closed Heaven, one Fiendmate Sequence, and one Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess USA. Now again, this is a flex, but you could also play IP Mascarenita if you like, as your level 2. So yeah, that is the deck list. Now you don't have to play this deck like this. You could legitimately get rid of this. You could get rid of this here, and then you could get rid of the Cosmic Cyclone, and look, boom. Oh my god, it's a 40 card deck list. Who would have thought about that? Yeah, so if you want to play, just play like this. You could even get rid of this card right here. Popping a card is really good. It depends up to you whether you want to negate or pop the card, but again, you have to have a punk monster in the field for this to be actually good. So you could play it like this at 40 if you want. Now, something that I'm going to tell you right now, which is one of the tips that I was talking about, please do not start your combos by normal summoning this card. Thinking that you're going to normal summon and draw cards, that is not the point of this deck. The point of this deck is to thin out the deck as much as possible and then draw cards so you could draw into your hand traps. That is the whole point of the deck. Thin out the deck with your punk combo and then go into your other shenanigans. Now, a lot of the time, you could start your combo with your, if you have your Fiendsmith engine, start it with your Fiendsmith engine. Do not start with the punk engine, because the punk engine is better than the Fiendsmith engine right now. What? Yes, if you're playing them together, start with your Fiendsmith engine to bait out all the shenanigans that you can. Then, if your opponent's field is glowing, make Apollo. So if they have Valor and other monster effects, then you could negate those. If they have Infinite Impermanence, you might be cooked regardless. But make the Apollo, negate the rock right here, and negate all of the other monsters. That's how you should do it. Do not start Punk if you have your Fiends engine. Start Fiends first and then Punk, because at that point in time, you use all of your Fiends engine, meaning you're thinning out your deck. Then you start your Punk shenanigans, meaning you're thinning out your deck, getting rid of your Punk bodies out of the deck. Guess what's left? Hand traps. That is how you play this deck. So with that being said, enough with the yapping. If you guys enjoy the content, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the replays. Oh, my bad. A little extra tip. Play every single copy of your punk monsters. Do not get rid of Madame Spider because you don't think it's good. Do not, well, you have to play. Yeah, play Madame Spider. Play it. Because I seen people not playing it. You're doing yourself a disservice. Play the Madame Spider. At least one copy. That's all I'm going to say. Let's continue. Alright, familia, here we are for replay number 1 of the day, and ironically we're going second. Now usually the way I do replays is I show you guys the first replay is me doing one of the best combos that you could do with the deck, stuff like that. People scooped when I did the combo. They were like, nah bro, he's drawing cards, he's building the board, I'm out. They wasn't allowing me to do that, so I have actual duels, back and forth duels for you. If you want to know the best type of boards that you can make with the deck, I made a whole combo guide for the deck. So just go watch that if you want to know what the best combos are. So with that being said, well, that was for Pure Punk, but you should know how to play Fiendsmith by now. Either way, they're going to activate Pro My Lordy Load here. They're going to activate its effect, getting the Prime My Dragon. Of course, they're going to normal summon that thing, activate its effect, getting the Zelda Dream Beam to the hand. Now, this is one of those Fiendsmith Primite control decks that I've been seeing. I actually want to try this. It doesn't seem all that good in my opinion, but I think it was like top 4 or won the DK tournament. I don't know. I got to test it out because it seems iffy the way I've been smoking this thing all over the place. But they're going to go into Spirit with ISO Blue, activating that thing's effect, getting themselves the Miscellaneum in white. They're going to activate the Miscellaneum, activate its effect. Actually, I lied to you. This is Blue Eyes. My bad. I got it confused. So here they're going to activate the Spirit, special summon the Blue Eyes onto the field, activate the Load, special summon the other Blue Eyes, and you know they're going to go into Heractic Seal. A lot of people prefer doing this play, but I think bro just didn't have any other play because he's going to set 2 back row, has 2 cards in the hand, and you know, end it there. So here we're going to join to an Ash, which I'm extremely happy about. I'm going to activate Deer Note. Oh my god. This is why you play 2 Deer Notes. You see how I'm doing this? I'm not using my normal summon. I'm gonna special summon this and hopefully bait out an interruption without having to use my normal summon. That's the plan. Of course, they're gonna throw out the Maxx C. There it is. Luckily for us, we have an Ash. But unluckily for us, our opponent has a cross out designator, sad times in the kingdom. I low-key missed when the stem was at 3 back before social. Not really, those crazy times. But Ash is gonna get negated. Maxx C is gonna go through. He's gonna draw a card from my Madame Spider, and then he's gonna activate her Righteous Seal and bounce back my Madame Spider before I activate her effect to get a trap. Now, this is kind of smart, but it's not the greatest of plays, but it's smart because maybe he thinks this is the only play I have, and this is where you play 2 Deer Notes because you're basically baiting shenanigans out without costing you anything. As they're going to special summon the Jet, and here I'm like, I could have sworn I saw bro search for the Drill Beam, so I'm assuming you... Never mind, why would you do this, now that I think about it, because where's your normal monster? Ah, bro might have goofed. You were supposed to keep one of these in the deck, my boy. Or in the hand. Yeah, this Drill Beam is dead. So I'm going to activate Triple Tactic Tally. I went for the Draw tool. If you're wondering why I went for the Draw tool, I'm taking the Maxx C challenge. What does it matter whether I look at the hand or not? And I'm not taking over a attacks level 0 freaky monster. I mean, I could use it as a body because it's a level 8. But I'm going for the Draw. I drew into nothing. Basically, Rising Scale, we're going to banish a Deer Note, and I take challenges. With this deck, you just take the challenge, bro, every time because you're probably going to lose regardless. Take the challenge, make Psychic and Punisher, and have your opponent lose to that. As we're going to go into the scale, special summon the wagon, activate the wagon, getting myself the Jam Extreme session so I can listen to my opponent's tears in music form. Yes, I'm jamming. Use both of these monsters right here, going to the Amazing Dragon. That thing is amazing. My favorite card in the game. Activate its effect. I'm going to bounce back the Drill Beam. Now, he decided to call by the grave and banish my wagon. If you're wondering why, it's because this thing can only bounce back cards up to the number of level 3 psychic monsters in your graveyard. So I think that he thought by getting rid of my psychic monster from the graveyard, since it's the only one, I wouldn't be able to bounce. But I already activated my effect, so whether they're in there or not anymore doesn't matter. So the Drill Beam is going to get bounced back, which at the time I didn't know was not live. I just figured that out now. So get the wagon out of here. Bounce back the Drill Beam. And then I'm going to protect myself from Ash or Nibiru. That is my main thing that I have to do here. I'm going to go into the Jam Fever, call the doctor. As I'm going to normal summon the Madame Spider once again, search for the trap, draw a card with my field spell. If you're wondering why I did this, it's because I can special summon with my field spell. So I don't need my normal summon yet. Always remember, bait out as much as you can before you go into Shirakasai shenanigans. At this point, I have to do it. So we're going to banish the Rising Scale, special summon Shirakasai, activate its effect, use both of these monsters, get us out of here to go into our Rising card. Here we're going to activate the Field Spell. I'm going to draw a card. Well, not activate. It's we pay taxes, so I get to draw a card. Activate the Rising Scale, get it out. Special summon the second copy of your Deer Note, which is why you play 2 of them. I have to keep telling you that. Play 2 of them. Special summon the Sea Amen. Pay your life points. We're going to get negated. At that point in time, I'm actually completely fine with that. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. If he would have had a trap in the graveyard, this would have been sad. Because if this gets popped, we might just lose the game. But it's fine because we don't get popped. Use both of these monsters to go into my Jam Dragon Drive because I'm driving my opponent crazy. Let me check them license. Activate that thing's effect, pay more life points, activate the Deer Note in the graveyard, special summon Shirakasai back onto the field. Bring it out, that belongs to me. And here I'm going to search Ogre because there's no point in searching Sea Amen since I already special summon with my field spell. I'd rather just search for the Ogre, right? Here they're going to throw out the Nib, sad times in the kingdom. I have a fever, negate and pop that thing. I told you, bro, call the doctor. I have a fever, negate that thing, pop it, get it out. Now, we're going to Psychic and Double D Punisher. Yeah, boy, let me give you a pep talk real quick. As I'm going to activate that thing's effect, pay the life points, banish my monster, banish the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. No vemos. Going to the battle phase. I got my life points low enough that I get to do 8,100 damage. Nos vemos mañana. Sad music. Yeah. We take challenges all day, every day with this deck. Oh, this deck doesn't do well on the Maxx C. Just smoke everything. Bait out all the disruption that you can. I mean, a lot of the time, I don't want to get you hyped up or anything. You have to know what you're doing. And two, it might not always work. It might not always work. A lot of the time it worked for me, but it might not always work. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, gangsters, here we are for replay numero 2, number 2 of the day. Now, this is a 7-turn duel. I believe we're playing against... like control. This is the deck that I thought we were playing against first. This is Control Smith, which with the Primite Shenanigans, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm bricked. Having one copy of Rising Skill in the hand and no other punk monster is a complete brick or a trap, which is why you play 2 of the traps and don't mind it. But yeah, we're gonna set our back row here and end our turn. Sometimes you might brick with the deck. I'm not gonna front. So here they're gonna activate the Finsmith track, getting the Lorry to the hand. They're going to send the Lorry to the graveyard, activate the Lorry onto the field, Lorry out of the field, Requiem onto the field, and Requiem out of the field. Yep, that's how it works. Get it out. They're going to special summon La Crema, aka the lotion. They're going to send the engraver to the graveyard, return this thing, special summon it. I have a Duel from now. You didn't see any Bishos in the deck list. This is when I was playing Bishos in the deck, so yeah, I think I was streaming this if I'm not mistaken. Here they're gonna throw the Maxx C. Luckily for us, we do have that Code by the Grave. I don't want to give them any cards at all, so we're gonna negate that thing, get it out, stop that right there. Our Drishram's gonna get special summoned. Here they're gonna normal summon a Ghost Ogre, and they're gonna use both of these monsters to link off into the sequence one time for the one time. Activate sequence effect to fusion summon. I'm gonna effect veiler that thing because it's effective. Oh yeah, I also took the 3 effect veilers out of the deck. These are just options. If you wanna play them, play these cards. I was playing it at the time, and this is a really good back and forth replay, so I wanted to show it to you regardless. All of the replays after this don't have it. So here I'm gonna normal summon Maxx C because I don't really care. I'm trying to play the game. I'd rather just play than hold on to that thing. I'm gonna activate Dirsham, get rid of the sequence, and we're gonna link off into the Requiem with the moon. Activate Requiem, get us out. We're gonna get hit with Ash Blossom. We're gonna get hit with Ash Blossom. It is what it is. End phase. Here they're gonna activate La Crema. They're gonna special summon the sequence back onto the field and end their turn. So here bro doesn't have a lot of plays. So he's just gonna go into a copy of the Typhon. Slap me for the 2900. Which, let me see something. Yes. I was gonna say, if you have another Fiends monster, you could have fusion, but never mind. Here they're gonna set a back row and end their turn once again. Here we're gonna join to the wagon. That's perfect. Normal summon the wagon, activate its effect, getting our Giant Extreme Session to the field. We're gonna link off into the Al Mirage. As long as you normal summon legitimately any one of your punk cards except for Sharakasai, you can make this play. As you're gonna link off and then you're gonna activate Scales, banish one of your punk monsters. We're gonna get hit with Maxx C number 2. And what did I tell you last replay? We take the challenge. Special summon the Scale, activate the Scales effect, pay them life points. We're gonna get hit with Ash Blossom. Now the only sad part about Scales is that for some reason she's not a psychic. If you ask me, this looks like the most psychic thing in this game. All of these hands, these look psychic to me, but for some reason it's a freaking sea serpent. Alright Konami, whatever. I guess it would have been too busted that I could have drawn a card from this, but I can't. So use both of these monsters here, and we're gonna link off into a copy of the SP, the Little West Knight. Activate the Little Knight. I decided to get rid of the back row, which was a Primite Drill Beam. Now I decided to get rid of the back row. Technically speaking, it would have been better to get rid of Typhon, but I had to get rid of that thing. So here we're gonna do the turn change. He's gonna draw a card. Slap my SP in the face, get her out of here. Nos vemos mañana. Main phase 2, he's gonna normal summon the Primite Dragon. Nah. Infinite Impermanence, that thing, we don't need that. We don't wanna see it. I don't wanna hear about it. None of that. Negate that thing, they're gonna set it back row. I join to an emergency teleport. It's an emergency. Special summon CA-Man. Activate CMS effect. We're gonna pay life points, get another Rising Scale to the hand, draw a card, Ogre. Right in the face. I don't get to draw anything, and I can't special summon from the hand now with that thing. But we have a Rising Scale, so what the heck do I care? Banish the field spell, we're never gonna get that thing back. Activate the Rising Scale, get the Shuriken to the hand. Use both of these monsters here to go into my Amazing Dragon. Now, the only sad part about this is that my Amazing Dragon is not amazing when Typhoon is on the field. So sad times, but what I'm gonna do is activate the Sea Aiming in the graveyard, give it an attack boost, slap over the Typhoon, and now I can play the game, because all I have to do is one thing. Activate, special summon the scales back onto the field, XC summon into my copy of the Fever, call the doctor. Call the doctor, because my opponent and I, we're both sick. As a normal summon Shuriken, use both of these monsters, go into the Rising card, 800 life points left. We don't need it. Bro's gonna scoop. Why? Because from here, I legitimately can combo. Even though I have 800 life points left, that's all I need. Psychic and Punisher is a thing that we haven't used yet. Therefore, let's continue. Alright, familia, here we are for replay numero 3, number 3 of the day. And we're playing again against Fiendsmith Control, the Primite, as I activate the emergency teleport. Notice. Pay attention, brother, man. Notice how instead of normal summoning Wagon, I went for Sea Aiming, right? Activate the Sea Aiming. Look at that. Look at that right there. Gamma. Get the thing on my face. Get it out. And this is why you don't do this. Because if you start your play by normal summoning Wagon, trying to get your field spell, and and Wagon gets negated, you're going to feel like an idiot. Because now you're missing out on drawing 2 cards and special summoning another body. Why would you ever want to do that? So therefore, you always try to bait everything out before you go into Wagon or Shuriken. As we're going to get hit with Sea Aiming, unless you're going second. If you're going second, draw your cards, because you're going second. You might need more cards. So Sea Aiming is going to get bodied and negated here. Get her out. Get her out. Normal summon the Wagon. Activate the Wagon. Ash. That's fine with me, because it was bound to happen. But at least our opponent right now, they're down 3 cards from the hand. So Ash got bodied, the Gamma got bodied, and we still have plays. As I activate Foxy Tune, send the Veiler to the graveyard, special summon Shuriken. Use both of these monsters here to go into the Rising card. Activate Rising card's effect, get us out of here. Special summon Deer Gnome, special summon Madame Spider. Madame Spider gonna search the Dangerous Gaboo. Use both of these monsters to go into my Punk Jack and Drive. Again, let me check them license. Activate that Deer Gnome, special summon the Foxy Tune. Now here I had choices, right? I could have special summoned Shuriken and had that quadruple bounce back. But then all I would have had was the quadruple bounce back and Dangerous Gaboo plus Ash. I like this other play better in this situation. We're going to get 2 level 8s. I'm going to search out the Ogre. And then I'm going to use both of the level 8s. Because I'm a little sick, bro. I got a fever. Get that thing out here. Why doesn't it have an animation? I don't know. Pay the taxes. Get rid of a card, draw into another Foxy Tune for follow-up. Now, you always get rid of the Jam Dragon Drive. You always want this in the graveyard. Remember that. Don't keep it in here unless you use it as one material to exceed. But always have it in the graveyard. And now, we end up with a monster negate pop, negate a monster, and gain life points. Pop a card on the field, and Ash Blossom, which is 4 disruptions. Really good in my opinion, plus follow-up. As they're gonna normal summon the Primate Dragon, I'm gonna hit that thing with a Dangerous Gaboo, because I'm dangerous when I'm playing Punk. Stop that thing right there. We're gonna gain 1600 life points. They're gonna activate the Engraver, send that thing to the graveyard. They're gonna search out the Fiendsmith Paradise. Now I always let them search. If you want a tip, always let them activate the Engraver, because you don't know if they have the spell in the hand. So if you ash this, you're doing yourself a disfavor. He already had the spell in the hand. I'm gonna ash that thing, get it out. Don't want to see that. Don't want to deal with that at all. Not right now. And bro is going to go into a copy of Typhoon. Typhoon ironically has become kind of good recently. So going to Typhoon. Slap me in the face. Unfortunately, bro has 100 attack more than I do. So we're going to lose that. Field is broken. They're going to set a back row. Here I'm going to draw into Lacrima. I'm going to normal summon that thing immediately. Why? Because I have my 1-card combo with Punk right here. Well, my 1.5 card combo, which I have the half in the hand. So normal summon Lacrima. I'm going to try and bait out whatever I need. Bro doesn't have anything. Send Engraver going to the Requiem. I'm going to activate Requiem, get us out. Special summon the Engraver back onto the field. Activate Requiem to attach it to Engraver. You know what this is going. I have to get rid of this thing. Get it out. Don't want to see it. Activate Engraver. Get the Requiem back into the extra deck so I can special summon this thing. We're probably going to go into a sequence. Yes, we are. Activate the sequence. Special summon or fusion summon into La Crema, aka the lotion. The fusion lotion. That's crazy. Special summon the Engraver. The fusion lotion is nuts. Activate Foxy Tune. Get rid of the rabbit. Special summon Deerno because she's one of the highest attack punk monsters that I have that I can special summon. And that's lethal damage. 75 right here. Bop. 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 And yeah, bro scoop. If you're wondering how 75 is, you know about the burn damage. The burn damage would have done it. That's all it was. I didn't need to special summon anymore. I wasn't trying to BM and waste time. That was lethal damage right there. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, gang. Here we are for replay number 4, I believe it is. And I drew into it really good going first hand, but we're going second. But we're going second against Labyrinth. I lied to you. I was playing the Effect Veiler more than I thought. So if you want to play the Effect Veiler, play it. Here they're going to activate the Torvi, sending a Dimensional Barrier to the graveyard. As we negate the Ariana, they're going to set to backward end the turn, which is basically almost full combo. So here we're going to join 2 Infinite Impermanence. I activate the Engraver, get it out of here, get the track to the hand. We're going to activate the track. We're going to get the Lorry. We can speed this up. You know how this works. Lorry into the graveyard. Lorry out of the graveyard. Lorry into the graveyard. Going to Requiem. Requiem going to the graveyard. Special summon La Crema. La Crema going to send the other Engraver. Engraver going to send... Oh, I forgot this happened. But yeah, we're going to send the Lorry back into the deck. And this, right now, is a really good trap. So they're going to activate the Ice Dragon Prison. Meaning they're going to special summon the Engraver that I'm trying to special summon. And then bro is going to wipe out the board. Which is not huge, but this is a huge problem for me. I'm not going to lie. Here they're going to activate Ariana to draw a card or search or whatever. They're going to activate the Stoby. I'm going to hit that thing with the Infinite Impermanence. Because that could be extremely problematic for me. Depending on what the heck they draw. As they special summon the Toby. Normal summon the CM and they're going to activate the Labyrinth. Luckily for me, I have that Ash hot and ready in the back pocket. Defeats. Negate that thing, get it out. Now I can continue my combo. Activate CM, getting myself the Rising Scale to the hand. Linking off into the Mirage. We could speed this up. We're going to activate Scales. Banish that thing. Special summon Scales. Special summon Wagon. Why did I go Wagon? Because again, you always bait everything out. Just in case. I don't know what the heck this is. And I never got to figure it out. Because I kind of bounced it back to the hand. But always bait out. I have the follow up in the hand anyways. So let's do that. We're going to use both of these monsters. Go into my Amazing Dragon. Bounce back that thing. Activate the Teleport. Special summon Sharakasai. Use Sharakasai, my Amazing Dragon, to go into Rising Carp. Draw a card. Activate Rising Carp. Special summon Deerno and Madame Spider. Pay taxes. Get the surprise. Go into the Jam Dragon Drive. Now notice how I didn't draw a card there. Why? Because I thin out the deck every time. I don't draw cards unless I search a card. So that way I don't draw the card that I could search. You know what I mean? Therefore, we're going to pay taxes now. Special summon another level 8. And because we did that, I searched my CM and now I draw a card. Because imagine I would have drawn a card later and then I drew the CM. Then I would have been upset. But now I drew a different card. So now that we have both of the level 8s, I activate my field spell, banish Deerno, special summon my level 3, use both of these monsters specifically. I'm going to tell you something. We're going to go into Psychic and Punisher. I specifically special summon the Rising Carp rather than any other level 8 because Rising Carp has a secret effect that most people don't know. If you use the Rising Carp as material for a Synchro Summon, you could target a punk monster and it can attack twice during the battle phase. That's why we did that, which look at that, boom, activate, target this thing, it can attack twice, and then my CM is going to give it a little attack boost. Give me that, 3300. Now I get to this, get my attack boost here, slap once, slap twice, Psychic and Punisher, go for game. This is how you play this deck. You thin out the deck, you bait out as much disruption as possible, and then you go for OTK. If you're going first, you thin out the deck, you do your combo as you thin out the deck, and then you draw hand traps. That's why it's good. Let's continue. All right, familia, here we are for replay numero 5. I think I have like 3 or 4 more for you. And the last one is going to be a Maxx C challenge too, which is nuts. But either way, stand-up Centurion, activate stand-up Centurion. They're going to get rid of the stand-up Centurion as they stand on business by special summoning Tudea from the back. They're going to set the Gargoyle, normal summon Primera. I have no hand traps. I have to watch him combo off, get themselves the Centurion. They're going to special summon the Gargoyle, use both of these monsters here to go into a copy of the Primera Premise. The new level 8, activate that thing's effect, activate that Gargoyle, basically chain blocking it from an Ash, and recycling a monster, which is really nice. So here they're gonna draw the Emblem Oath to the hand. They're gonna activate the Wake Up Centurion, special summon the token, specifically level 4, so they could use both of these to go into a level 12 Auxilia past the Ox. They're gonna activate the Auxilia, getting themselves a copy of the stand-up once again. Bro could have done this combo way differently and had a way better results, but I digress. I know because I like playing Centurion. But either way, they're going to banish here, send a copy of the Phalanx to the graveyard, activate the Oath. They're going to send the Atri. Atri going to special summon itself, activate its effect to draw a card, activate the Gargoyle, get rid of Trudea, special summon the Gargoyle, use both of these monsters to go into Lagatia. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Thank you. My fault, gang. Pollen is crazy right now. But either way, they're going to Lagatia because they want to draw another card. Apparently, they just drew into Magna Hut. They're going to banish her there, special summon the Magna Hut, activate the Magna Hut's effect. And then bro uses both of these monsters to go into the Moon Close Heaven. Now, if you ask me, I don't think going into that, because this is one of the things about people playing Fiendsmith. And one of the reasons why I was telling you to start your combo with your Fiendsmith engine always, if you can. Fiendsmith engine is not better than you being able to get the Crimson Dragon and 2 other level 12s on the field. It's not, in my opinion. But either way, here they're gonna link off the Moon. They're gonna go into Requiem, activate Requiem, get it out. We could speed this up. They're gonna special summon La Crema. La Crema send the Engraver. Engraver gonna recycle the Moon to special summon itself. Use both of these to go into the sequence. Activate the Sequence Fusion Summon into La Crema. La Crema gonna activate special summon Engraver. Use all 3 of these monsters to go into Apollo. I don't think that was worth it. Activate La Crema, burn me for the 12, send the sequence back into the deck, and then he's gonna put the Atri back and search for the Deerstrom. Now I understand why bro did this. I understand it, because he still gets to draw a card. A lot of people are playing, freaking Blue Eyes, so he has a Deerstrom. He could still, I'm pretty sure he could get another level 12 on the field, and then he has 3 monsters in the game. So the board it doesn't look that crazy, but it is. I just would have rather done this differently. As we're gonna join to a scales here, I'm gonna normal summon the Lorry. Notice how I start with my Fiendsmith engine. Why? Because I have Deer Note. Deer Note allows me to special summon Sharakasai. And after that happens, I can activate scales and banish Deer Note to do another combo if I need to. So here they're gonna special summon the Atri. They're gonna draw another card here, activate the Phalanx, banish that thing, special summon the level 8. So that way he could go into the level 12. Telling you, his board was really good, really decent. I think bro drew like 5 cards in between both turns. So he's gonna go into Crimson de la Dragon. This is where I'm playing Droplet. As he activates that thing, I'm gonna activate my Droplet, and I'm gonna send Deerno to the graveyard. Yes, because I can activate this and special summon Sharakasai from the hand. I'd rather keep the triple tactic talent because he activated like 3 monster effects, and I'd rather negate this more than anything because I have an idea. I could have negated Apollo 2, but I don't need to, and you're gonna see why. So negate that thing's effect, stop that right there. Now we don't have to worry about any level 12 shenanigans. And I'm gonna activate triple tactic talent. Is that our Appaloosa? Is that my girl too? That's our girl now. She belongs to me. It's my turn. Link off the Larry, go into the Requiem. Activate the Requiem, get the Requiem out of here. And mind you, what do I do by this? Any hand traps that bro has, they're done. Because this deck doesn't play Dominus Purge. It doesn't play Impulse. If he has an Ash, congratulations, I negate it. If he has a Niv, congratulations, I negate it. I know you have a Drishram, congratulations, I negate it. The crazy thing is that bro had a secret disruption here. You're gonna see what the heck that is. As I go into La Crema, bro decided to infinite impermanence my La Crema instead of infinite impermanence in my Apollo. People worry way too much about Fiendsmith. This is what you need to be infinite impermanencing. Unless for some reason you can't, but I'm pretty sure you could. But he goes for La Crema. I'm like, okay, muy bien. I mean, I get it. I understand. Let me not fault him. He doesn't know what I have in the hand. He doesn't know that I could extend, because that's what I'm doing, baiting stuff out. So it's not a bad play if he doesn't know what the heck I have in the hand. But it is what it is. Here I'm gonna activate the Rising Scales, banish the Deer Note, special summon the Scales, activate her effect, special summon Wagon, activate Wagon, get the Field Spell. Now I'm gonna set the Field Spell. The reason why we did this is because now I can go into my Amazing Dragon. I'm gonna activate. I was gonna say I don't bounce back here. I special summon the Scales, and now I use the Dragon to protect myself from another monster effect, just in case, by going into the Fever. I'm gonna activate the Jam Extreme Session, banish the Wagon, special summon Shirakasai. Do you see what I mean? I've made like what 7 or 8 plays before I brought Shirakasai onto the field. And now that we do that, pay the taxes, go into the Rising card, we could speed this up because I believe bro scooped. As we're gonna join to another talents, get me out of here. Yeah. I believe I would have won the game here. Cause we go Jam Dragon Drive. I special summon another level 3 back onto the field. I make Psychic and Punisher. I banish La Crema. I banish their level 12 off of the field. That the Crimson Dragon has 0 attacks, so I attack over that thing, and then I have 3 other bodies, including his Appaloosa, to do lethal damage with Psychic and Punisher as well. It was game. So with that being said, let's continue. Alright, familia, here we are for replay number 6, I believe, and we're going second. My hand is a Niven and Maxx C, which I think it's a mirror match. My Maxx C went through. Not gonna lie. They're gonna get the Wagon, normal summon Wagon, get the Field Spell. They're gonna activate set the Field Spell, activate Scales. I'm gonna Maxx C here. He's gonna special summon Scales and special summon Shirakasai. So he gave me 2 cards for a bounce back. Now, believe it or not doing this would have been his better choice. Not doing this. If you're in this predicament where they Maxx C you here, instead of special summon Shirakasai, I would have special summoned Madame Spider and just got the Dangerous Gabu. Or the Papa card on the field. Because at this point in time, you're losing a crucial piece of your follow-up for 1 bounce. Because at the end of the day, if he synchro summons with this, he's only going to have... Well, actually, you get 2 bounces. Because it's the level 3s you control and in the graveyard. So you get 2 bounces with this, which could be good. Yeah, it depends on what you think. It's not a bad play, actually, now that I think about it. But I'm going to normal summon the Crimson, send the Engraver, get the Requiem, activate Requiem, get it out, special summon Engraver, activate, attach this thing. And the only reason why I'm really showing you this replay is to show you why we play Forbidden Droplet and why I decided to take the level 1 light monster with the Veiler out. I decided to take Veiler out and decided to go with Droplet and the back removal, because in my opinion it's better. Even though you saw me do well with Veiler, at some point in time I stopped doing that well. So getting myself the Droplet is going to activate, and this is why I activate the Droplet. Also, one of the good things about Droplet is that Droplet can send Requiem, and it doesn't negate the effect. It doesn't. And 2, Droplet can send your traps when you're going second. You're not gonna need them, and that's really good because if you have Scales, you could banish your trap from the graveyard to special summon Scales and do your combo. So Droplet in this deck is ironically really good. As we're gonna get rid of all 3 of these cards, I'm gonna negate all 3 cards. He still gets to draw a card though. So Jesus T is over here, negate all of this. Stop that right there. Again, that thing gets to get bounced off of the field. He's gonna draw a card because he paid taxes. Activate Engraver, get rid of the La Crema. Then we're gonna get hit with Magna Hut. See what I mean? You play your Fiendsmith engine first. You get rid of any potential disruptions, and then you play Punk. I should activate Mini Teleport, get the C Amen, activate C Amen. We're gonna grab the Scales. We can speed this up. Scales, banish the trap, like I said, which is why Forbidden Droplet is so good. Scales gonna pay them taxes. Getting myself the Shirakasai to the hand. Why am I bringing the Shiraka to the hand instead of special summoning, you may ask? Because I have emergency teleport, which means I could special summon it from the hand. I have to play around Nib, because if I special summon this and he has Nib, then I'm upset. Therefore, I go into my Amazing Dragon, I activate bounce a card back, use my Amazing Dragon to go into my Fever, and now I'm protected from Nibiru, which is the only thing that I would need to protect myself against at this point in time, because I know for a fact he doesn't have an Ash. Activate Emergency Teleport, Special Summon Wagon, activate the Wagon, get myself the Field Spell, set the Field Spell, activate its effect, banish a card, special summon Shiraka, activate Shiraka, go into my Rising card, we're protected from Nib, we're protected from Ash, we're having a good time. Draw a card because we pay taxes, join to Infinite Impermanent, Shiraka out of here, special summon Madame Spider, pay them taxes, draw a card, you know where this is going, Psychic and Punisher, all the extra shenanigans. I can even make Sequence, by the way. I don't remember if I have another fiend monster in the graveyard to special summon, but I can make Sequence from here at some point in time if I want to, just so you know. So either way, let's continue. All right, familia, here we are for the last replay of the day. We're going second, but my opponent bricked, but I did have to take the Maxx C challenge. So they're going to end their turn here. This is Mathmech, by the way. I don't know how the heck Mathmech bricks. Never heard of it, but here we're going to activate Orgadance, send it to the graveyard, getting myself the C-Aiming, normal summon C-Aiming, activate that thing's effect, get a Deer Note to the hand, activate the Engraver, send the Engraver, getting myself a copy of the track, activate the track, get the Lurry into the graveyard, Lurry out of the graveyard, Maxx C. Yeah, there it is, the challenge, and we take those. So we're going to go into Requiem, activate Requiem, get us out of here. We're going to get hit with an Ash. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm going to activate the Engraver to special summon Magna Hut. How many? That's 1, 2, 3 disruptions that we're playing through. Well, we don't play through Maxx C, but that's a good amount of disruptions already. Activate Foxyton, get it out. That's another disruption right there. Special summon Wagon, activate Wagon, get the Field Spell. We're going to activate the Field Spell, activate the Rising Scales, banish the Ogre, special summon this thing, special summon Madame Spider, pay the taxes, getting myself a copy of the Surprise so I could draw another card. We're going to draw it to another Scales, use both of these monsters here, and I'm going to bounce these back. Bounce them back. Now, ironically, maybe this is iffy. I did it, but sometimes you might not want to do this because you're opening up your cards to being infinite impermanence. Having both of these on the field don't really do much, but they're just preventing me from OTKing. So since I'm going for the OTK, I have to bounce them back. So bounce them things back, use this thing and go into my Fever. And then from here, we're going to activate the Geometry Session, banish a monster, special summon Deer Note. They're going to hit me with a Fufalos. If you ever get hit with Maxx C and Fufalos, you definitely take the challenge because you could deck your opponent out. You can. I mean, it depends on when they hand trap you and what type of hand traps they have. But this deck special summons a gazillion times. So we're going to go into the the Fever. They're going to activate the Fufalos. We do not care. As I'm going to go into the Jam Dragon Drive because I'm definitely going to drive you crazy. As I pay these taxes, activate special summon the Scales back onto the field because I need that. It belongs to me. Here we're going to search another C-Aiming. We're going to draw a card if I'm not mistaken, draw into Kobai. And now I'm protected from the... This is why I immediately went into Psychic and Punisher. I wasn't going to go into Psychic and Punisher yet. As you can see, I still haven't special summoned Shiraka onto the field. So I still have a long way to go of me just making plays. But I'm protected against Ash. I'm protected against Nib. My life points are kind of low. Psychic and Punisher is on the field. Activate that thing's effect. Slap it for the 65. Slap it for the 28 for lethal damage. I'm gonna do this now. I lost to time. How? Why? Because I was playing on my phone. I can't play. I used to be able to play at work with my computer. I can't do that anymore because I work mornings. I try to play on my phone so I could get replays for you guys. I'm never doing that again. I don't know how you guys play on your phone if you do. I can tell you right now, playing on a computer feels 100 times better. I can't do that. That's not something I could do. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, but you can see we won the game. Bro didn't have anything else. If he had another build, so he would have used it because come on now, like you would rather stop Psychic and Punisher from slapping you than any other card. But I digress. A time limit, we lost. So let's go back to the deck list. All right, familia. So this is the deck list. That is the video. Those are the replays. Now this deck, I've seen people talking about whether it's good, whether it's not. Some people are downplaying it, not downplaying it. For me, as a punk main, as my favorite deck in the game, I will not hype this up more than what it is. Sometimes it feels like it's just tier 3 or the top of Rogue, because of the awkward hands that you could still have. If this thing was just special summon itself without having to banish, it would have been great. This would have been a tier 2 deck probably. Honestly speaking, this would have been like tier 2. But because of that reason, it keeps it at tier 3 and freaking between tier 3 and Rogue. Now also something that kind of keeps this deck from being extremely good is the fact that they made this only a monster negate. I don't know why. This could have been a monster or spell negate and it would have been fine, Konami, but whatever. I digress. At least they made it so it's 2 level 8s, not 2 level 8 punk monsters. So with that being said, if you want to know the other deck list with the Veilers, again, just check the other videos before this one. It was legitimately, I just wasn't playing this right here. I wasn't playing that, and I was playing 2 Veilers. So if you want to make that change, oh, that's not how you do that. Hold on. I was just playing 2 Veilers. I was playing a 40. I was playing a 44 card deck list. That's how I was doing it. So if you're wondering about the Veiler replays, at some point in time I was playing it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Again, if you did, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.